This is the engine from a 1972 model Yamaha TD3 250, and this is the reassembly of this engine with a crankshaft from an RZ Yamaha. Crank wheels are slightly different. They're only half wheels as opposed to the full wheels in the TD3. They should be a bit stronger. The crankshaft is a little bit wider, so we had to reduce the overall width by skimming the outer wheels a couple of millimeters just to fit inside the crank cases. The overall length had to be reduced by about 20 millimeters, and a new smaller diameter thread cut for the nut for the gear wheel at this end also. On the other end, the taper for the ignition rotor, maximum diameter is 25 millimeter on the RZ. So we had to bore out the ignition rotor by from 20 millimeter to 25 millimeter. Unfortunately, we lost the keyway when we did that, but that's okay. We just line it up with the timing marks and at top dead center, and then do up the nut on the end of the crankshaft as opposed to the bolt for the TD3. So we just made up a little spacer there for the end of the ignition rotor as well to tighten the nut onto. So at the moment I have the gear selector drum, the selector shafts and the selector forks in place, ready to lower the gear cluster back into the crankcases.